Hello, welcome back to SN Tutors. Today we're going to be talking about the dot product and the cross product. So these are both two different types of multiplication when dealing with vectors. So the dot product is represented by a dot, just like that. The cross product, an X, just like that. So the times sign. So if I just pick two random vectors, so say 2, 3, and we want to dot that with another random vector, I'll say 3, 4. What we do basically is we multiply the x components by each other and then add them to the y components multiplied by each other. Right, so the cross product here is different because dot products use the answer is a scalar, whereas cross products, the answer is a vector. So, like I said, we want to multiply 2 by 3, these two, and then add it to 3 times 4. Okay, so that will just be 6 plus 12, which is 18. So there's our answer. Notice how that's a number and not a vector, right? But the cross product is a little bit more complicated. So what you need to do is you need to set up a three-dimensional vectors, right? It's something that you only do with 3 vectors. Dot product you could do with 2D, 3D, even 4D. It's not something we could visualize, but, in math, they do go to 4 dimensions. But enough of that for now. For cross product, let's just put our vector that we were working with earlier, the 2, 3. We'll put it in 3D, so that'll be 2, 3, 0. Again, the z component doesn't have to be 0, but in this case it is if you want to keep the same vectors. So what we do is we set up a determinant like this, I, j, and k, where I represents the unit vector in the x direction, j is the unit vector in the y direction, k is the unit vector in the z direction. Unit vector is just a vector whose length is 1. So this is how you do it. So the first thing you do is you do 3 times 0, which is 0, minus 4 times 0, which is 0. Right? Do you see what I'm doing here? And then set the I component, and the j component is going to be 2 times 0, which is 0, minus 3 times 0, which is 0, plus the k component, which is 2 times 4, which is 8, minus 3 times 3, which is 9. So this is just going to be 0 for I, 0, j component, and negative 1 for the k component. So 0, 0, negative 1, whereas, you got a number, which is 18 for the dot product. And then one quick little tip here is that if you do AB cosine theta, that is equal to the dot product of vectors A and B. And when I don't write the arrow overhead, that means scalar, right? So the length. So A without the arrow is just the length of the vector. And then A cross B would be AB sine theta, again, where theta is the angle between the two vectors. So those are just some quick formulas that you can use. And so if you have a calculator, that makes cross product a lot easier. If you're allowed a calculator on your exams, of course. That is pretty much it here. So please let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.